Nithyananda Paramashivoham Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasatisham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvati Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Yes, Nithyananda, all of you. And what a wonderful revelation by Swamiji on the superdeterminism. When your free will, your mama sankalpam, shiva sankalpam, when your sankalpa, your will aligns to Paramashiva's will, that becomes a super determinism. So when these aligns, that manifest as the super determinism, and you are able to manifest what you want. So free will itself is not enough. Life itself is not determined, predetermined, and free will itself is not actually the free will. When Mama Sankalpam becomes Shiva Sankalpam, when your Sankalpa, your determinism, your determinism becomes aligns with Paramashiva's determinism, will, Paramashiva's will, the super determinism happens. So what a beautiful revelation. And when you apply this in your life, you'll be able to manifest what you want. Okay, so with this, now we'll be entering into the next revelation by Swamiji. As today we are going through the various sessions, and next will be on the 3 bodies and the 4 states of consciousness. So let's prepare ourselves to enter into this revelation by Swamiji. And understanding the 4 consciousness, and when you understand, you will be able to apply and you'll be able to experience the 4 states of consciousness and the 4th state of consciousness, and then will be followed by the meditation by Swamiji himself, guided by Swamiji himself. So let's prepare ourselves. Please come to the space of listening and let's begin.
Remember, recall the dream. Is it good or
it means there's no value. Just it's like, see, actually, look, understand. It's like a safety valve. If the steam pressure gets too much in the steam boiler, there's the safety valve which automatically opens and releases the extra pressure. Dreams are nothing but safety valves. The moment it becomes too much, it automatically opens and releases. Yes.
They teach that dreams are influenced by Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Whether you remember them, whether you
The whole body is Vata and Pitta Kapha.
no, but that the Kapha person, you usually always remember your dreams. But if you're a Vata person,
No, nothing like that. There is no that type of intricate. You see, sometimes even if you are a person with Kapha, you can remember the dreams. Or even if you are a person with Vada, you can remember the dreams. Sometimes, even if you are a person with Vada or Kapha, you will forget the dreams. You will not be able to remember. It is the depth of the desire. Of course, there is one important thing. The depth of the desire changes the Vada or Pitta. That is true. It is the other way around. Yes.
I think it might be happening to a bit people, but sometimes when you're in a situation like when you go to a party, suddenly I realize that, oh, this happened before. And I exactly know in the next 5 minutes who's going to come in the new guy as a guest. And at least I will remember something. What is that?
How many of you experienced this in your life? Please raise the hands. Let us count and see the percentage.
Sorry, we didn't hear it.
1 minute. Can you repeat the same thing? Please record, video record.
sometimes when you're in a situation, like for example, you just went to a party and you realize that suddenly, oh, this party has happened in my life in the past, but I don't know whether it's a dream, and I exactly know for the next 5 minutes or 10 minutes that this is going to happen. Someone is going to come with his kid or with his wife. Probably he is going to give this big gift. I don't know. Suddenly I remember like 5 minutes thing, and that's it. I know that this has happened in the past. I don't know what it is, whether I have seen this in the dream or I don't know what it is.
Yes. How many of you experienced this at least once in your life? Raise your hands. Sure, count.
The other way around.
Yeah.
42. Over 50%.
Who have not experienced, please raise your hands. That is better.
Only 25. So my count first time was wrong.
One thing, whomsoever has experienced, understand you are having a tremendous intelligence and visualization capacity. Understand, it is not that other people have not understood, that 25 people also had, but they have forgotten. Let me explain this for tape column. Then you will be able to understand the answer for all these questions. This is the basic of your 4 states. You have two states of your being and 2 states of your mind. Understand these 4. 2 states of your being and 2 states of your mind. 2 states of your mind is with thoughts and without thoughts. Now you have thoughts. The deep sleep you don't have thoughts. There is a 2 state you experience. And there is 2 level of being you experience. With the idea I, you exist. And without the idea I, you don't feel that I. These 2 levels of, because in the deep sleep do you feel I? No. These are 2 levels of being and 2 levels of thought, mind. When these 4 crisscross each other, they create 4 states of your being. 4 states of your being. The first, with thoughts and with the idea I, present, the wakeful state, waking state. Now you have the idea I, thoughts both. Second, you have thoughts, but you don't have a solid I. That is why you are not able to guide your dreams. In the dream state, you have thoughts. So many thoughts are moving, but thoughts are in higher frequency than your I. Thoughts are in higher frequency. That is why you can't guide your dream. If you can guide your dream, you will be always dreaming. No, what type of dreams? You can't guide your dream. Only dream will guide you. The frequency of the dreams are such, your thought cannot dream. People get up and say, such a wonderful dream. You see this. Now only I got up. You see, the dream is not under your control because the I, the thoughts are in a higher frequency than I. So, with thoughts, without I. There is a 3rd level. There is neither I nor thoughts. That is what we call deep sleep state, causal body. 4th level, which you never experienced after the age of 3. Before the age of 3, you will have the glimpses of it. After the age of 3, you never experience. No thought, no thought. There will be no thought, but the I will be there. Without thoughts, but with pure I consciousness. That is what we call samadhi or enlightenment. Whatever you call it, turiya, meditation, satori, all the names, God consciousness, divine consciousness, whatever name you use, that is only this fourth state, where there is no thoughts, but clear I feeling, clear I consciousness exists. Understand these 4 levels. In a psychological terms, you can call this as a conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. In the body level, physical, subtle, and causal. In the state level, waking state, dream state, and deep sleep state. Now, if you are not able to understand this table, please explain, please ask me. Because only based on this table, all the questions I am going to answer.
Amity, can you explain what you said just now? The conscious, unconscious, and no conscious state.
Conscious is waking state, dream state is subconscious, and deep sleep state is unconscious, samadhi state is superconscious. Yes.
Where does lucid dreaming or dreams in which you have some high awareness come into this?
Can you be a little loud?
Lucid dreaming, when you have some kind of an I consciousness in the dream.
Please tell me what he's saying.
You're saying in some dreams there is an I consciousness. Where does that fit in?
No, actually, if you have the I consciousness, immediately you will come out of the dream. You will wake up from the dream.
I've had it, well, have you heard of Carlos Castaneda, who wrote the Don Juan book? He's an American mystic. He writes, he actually gives some techniques about how to wake up, how to become conscious in your dreams. And I've had some experiences with that, where for a period of sometimes.
The moment you become conscious of dream, you raise above from the dream state. So you come to the conscious level. Then it can be no more called as the dream state. It's altered state of consciousness. It can never be called as dream state. Yes.
Sometimes we dream and we feel it is a dream and it continues and we are in a conscious state.
No, it can never happen.
Means again we sleep and again we.
It can never happen. If you have a solid idea that I am dreaming, simply you will wake up, you will come out of the dream.
The guy was talking about the lucid dreaming. This is one of the Stanford University psychologists who wrote the book on it, and what he's trying to tell is that you can consciously dictate your dream, but you are not awake. So which state you are in? You are in.
See, the waking state can be penetrated. You may give some technique to penetrate a little bit, but you can never be aware of that you are dreaming. No. The moment you become aware, you will come out of the dream.
But the fact he claims that you can dictate your dream.
No, you can dictate your dream when you are in this waking state. You can program and leave it. The program can be carried and executed. But in the dream state, you can never make a program. You can never pass a command in dream state. In this state, you can make a command which can be carried and worked out. You can work it out in that state. That's all.
I'm just explaining what he said.
Yes, I understand.
I'm not experienced.
Yes.
Many times experienced in my dreams that too early in the morning, like 4 or 5 o'clock, like divine thing, like saying Satya Sai Baba, Auntie Shankaracharya, and all you, coming in white dress, though they are wearing some other color dress, they come in white dress and put their hand on my head, and I feel immediately as if the severe current passing into my body, and if suddenly I get up from the bed, I feel totally fresh. Totally fresh. Like other days you will feel lazy to get up from the bed, but you'll feel totally fresh. But the other things in the dream,
Then to make you fresh every day, I think I have to come. All right.
The dream will be in color, but the person will be in white dress. So what
You see, you may be associating with the white dress your spiritual ideas. Young age, you would have seen somebody who is, or you would have respected, you would have thought somebody very spiritual, he must have been wearing continuously white. The association may be there. That can be the reason. Otherwise, there is no reason, only always they should come in white.
Okay, this is vision or imagination?
The scale, that is the scale. Do you see everything in color, multicolor?
No, the things I see in color. The things that
Okay, the other things you see. Are you able to see the difference between the white and the other background, everything? Then surely it's the vision. Then surely it's the vision.
We have the same dream many times.
Again and again. Snake chasing, elephant chasing. You can see snake chasing you or elephant chasing you.
Why was that?
Buffalo chasing, writing exams. And not only that, you will feel as if that you are supposed to write exam and you missed the exam. You are sick. So these are all few, yes.
Variation, not very healthy. In that state,
Oh, that it is delirium. Delirium, be careful, that's not dream. Anyhow, these are the usual dreams. What you said, that buffalo chasing or the wife chasing. That is wakeful state, be aware. Don't think it is a dream. Then you will break your back and sit. Understand? The elephant chasing, snake chasing, all these things, they are all imprints. When it becomes a solid imprint, especially when you are a child, if there is some fear, some horror movie, if it gets imprinted in your being, then this type of trouble happens. Not only when you are writing exam, even after 30 years of your education, you will have the dream. One thing, never think if you start having too much of spiritual desire that is going to lead to enlightenment. You need to work too much to realize enlightenment, not desire too much. There are many people who come and tell me, Swamiji, I feel that you are entering into me or you are into my being. Never allow those foolish things. I never enter into anybody. If you are progressing spiritually, you will grow in your own way. Never think you will behave like me. No. If you are behaving like me, there is some serious problem in you. Take care of that. You can never see you behaving like me. When I became enlightened, I never behaved like my master. I behave just as I am. You will express as you are. If you are behaving like me, then there is some serious problem. Be careful. Then either you are a schizophrenia or you need treatment. So careful about it. Never encourage that. Too much of desire to achieve also creates troubles. Too much of greed also creates troubles. So too much of desire also can create different kinds of dreams. Let us release the pressure or the steam which is inside your mind. That's a beautiful sutra. A great saint called Tayumanavar. Asai arumin isanod ayinum asai arumin means throw away your desires even to become one with Isha, Ishvara. Because even that Ishvara means, what do you understand? You have a concept. When you want to become one with that, you try to behave like him. But Ishvara is not the concept about Ishvara. Ishvara is not the concept which you have about Ishvara. He is something far more superior. Nithyananda is not the concept which you have about Nithyananda. You can never behave like me. You can never become me. See, a small example. There is a clay. Out of clay, one elephant is also done, one mouse is also done. As the base material, elephant and mouse is one and the same, but not as a form. As a form, mouse is a mouse and elephant is an elephant. Same way, when you become enlightened, you will become the same stuff in which I am made out of. You will never become just like me. You will never wear the turban, or you will never start laughing like me, or dancing like me, sitting like me. No. So be very clear. When you become enlightened, you will have your own uniqueness. You will have your own being. You will never have me in you. If you are having me in you, you are trying to catch your idea about me and you start enjoying that. When a finger points to the moon, instead of seeing the moon, you catch hold of the finger. You catch hold of the finger, what will happen? You will shake the finger, and not only you will not see the moon and realize what is supposed to be realized, and you will shake the hand such a way that next generation also will be looking at you instead of looking at the moon. You will disturb others also. When you catch hold of the finger, you will neither enjoy the moon, nor you will allow others to enjoy the moon. So when I am a finger pointing to the moon, see the moon, enjoy the state of Nithyananda, not the concept of Nithyananda. Somebody asks a Zen master, what is this? You are not following your master at all. You are enlightened, but you don't follow your master. This guy says, enlightened guy, no, I am following my master in every inch. Disciple was shocked. What are you talking? Your master does one thing and you are doing different thing, and you say you are following him. He says, my master never followed anybody, so I am following him same way. I don't follow him. When you don't follow, you follow the master. When you become really enlightened, you will never imitate anything. You will have your own uniqueness. You will express your own unique things. You will never experience or express something which the way in which I am doing, the way in which I did. People ask me, Swamiji, why don't you do like Vivekananda, what Vivekananda did? Why don't you do like what Ramakrishna did? I said, fool, I am not replica of Vivekananda Ramakrishna, no. I am enlightened on my own authority. It is what is supposed to express through me, it will express. Any scheme, any pressure which you have, that naturally comes out in a form of dreams. Now it is time to shift your consciousness consciously to subconscious state and release the pressures. Two things you are now supposed to do. First thing, you are supposed to shift your consciousness to the dream level. Next thing, release all the suppressions from the dream level, from the dream layer. How to shift? First thing, how to shift? It's a 20 minutes meditation, the shifting. Last 10 minutes, it will be just throwing out. First 20 minutes shifting. Inhale as slowly as possible and hold as long as possible and exhale as slowly as possible. Hold your lungs empty as long as possible. Let me repeat the instruction. You will inhale as slowly as possible. Fill the lungs. The moment you feel it is too much, don't bother. Just extend only sing one more minute. One more minute. When it becomes too much, maximum, then stop. Then hold. Hold your breath as it is. Fill your lungs and hold as long as possible. When your body says, no, I can't anymore, just extend one more second. One more second. When it becomes too much, you can't anymore, then exhale slowly, 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 as slowly as possible. Exhale as slowly as possible and hold. Hold the breath. Once you finish the exhaling, stop, hold as long as possible. Hold and hold your lungs empty as long as possible. Again, start inhaling as slowly as possible. Hold and start exhaling as slowly as possible. Hold. This is a cycle. Any doubt, please? Yes.
Is it you should inhale through one nose and
No,
exhale
no,
through the
no,
nose?
no, through both the nose. No.
Yes.
Just. Then the 20 minutes is
Exhale through the nose or through the mouth?
through nose. So, by this, you will shift the consciousness. Next, second step, a loud, deep chanting of Humkara mantra, H-O-O. Just exhaling. You are not supposed to inhale at all. Understand? This is not like Dukkaharana. In Dukkaharana, you can inhale and exhale. But here you cannot inhale at all. Continuous exhaling. Understand, techniques may look like same, it is not same. Whenever there is a difference in the body, techniques differ. You see one thing, there are 9 buttons, just very near. 6 and 9 looks very near. Instead of 911, if you put 611, nothing will come. Only if you press 911, you will be helped. Numbers may look very near. Numbers are looking very near. If you just, even a small change will change the whole process. So please understand the process very clearly. Don't think, oh, I did that meditation just like that, only this. No. Even a single adjustment, that is why the master is necessary, where which has to be attached. Numbers are all same only, but you cannot play with the telephone numbers. Even if one number misses, what happens? Wrong call, keep it. Yes.
So quickly inhale for each group.
When will be inhale?
You don't have to bother about that. Automatically body will inhale. You are not supposed to inhale consciously.
What about wandering thoughts?
That will disappear. The whole technique is about that only. You don't have to bother about wandering thoughts. Again and again, bring the mind to the exhaling. Yes.
Swami, when you exhale, hold extend inhalation happens fast.
That is what. No. Oh, in the first technique you are asking.
Yeah, first 20 minutes. Tendency is.
It should not happen. You should control in such a way that it happens very slowly. Control it. Yes.
This meditation, second 10 minutes, mantra.
Mm.
The breathing is similar to what we did, the meditation this morning, the body sets in.
No. It should be just exhaling. That's all. Exhale. Ooh. Exhale through mouth. Exhale through mouth as loud as possible, continuously. In a single fraction of a second, body will take the air. You don't bother. Again, you start exhaling. You are supposed to only exhale. In the first technique, first step, the conscious shift will happen. The second step, consciously will start throwing out things. The subconscious stuff will be thrown out. Actually, everything is stored in your mind. Just we are shifting and throwing things out. If you don't shift and start throwing things out, you will be throwing a different type of things, different stuff. There's a story. If you all become mad, you will throw things from your house outside in the road. When you becomes mad, you will pick up all the things and put inside the house. So there's if you just shift the technique, the whole thing will be different.
The last 10 minutes you said Omkara mantra. How do you do that?
Sit like this and chant. From deep stomach, the whole air has to come out. Whole prana should come out. Continuously just exhale, exhale, exhale through the mouth. First step you will be standing. Next step you will be sitting. So one more thing. The first step when you stand and do, sometimes you feel like falling. If you feel like really like falling, that you are not able to stand anymore, then fall and sit. Otherwise, till that moment, stand. Please stand up and remove the chair.
Eyes must be closed.
Yes, tied. Not only closed, tied. Start breathing. Start inhaling as slowly as possible. Hold as long as possible. Exhale as slowly as possible. Hold your lungs empty as long as possible. Continue the
Probably 90% of your meditation techniques requires time that's close the eyes. And it helps, I know that. But that without most of the cases, why the insistence on
one thing, our mind is so restless. If it is not time, at least one moment you will have a temptation. If you hear some sound suddenly, you will just open your eyes and see again, you will close your eyes. You will close your eyes again. But for one moment, if you hear a small sound, that falling, you will one moment open your eyes and see. To avoid that only, I insist on time. And one more thing, the unnecessary light fluctuation will not be there. That is the reason I purposely tell this.
Expel the ears.
Now let you understand a small thing. As I was telling you today morning, if you don't do any physical work, just sit and get stressed out, you will have a shoulder pain. If you are just simply some worries, you will have stomach problem. All your emotions can be reduced to some part of your body. It can be rooted at some trace, the root can be traced at some part of your body. So this Hunkar directly brings the dirt from Muladhara and Swadhisthana. It just directly opens up and evaporates it. This can help tremendously to reduce the emotion attached to the fear and the desire in the dream level, because the conscious shift will happen in the 20 minutes. In the 20 minutes of us shifting time, the conscious shift will start happening. The process will start happening, and your logic will come down. You will come to such a frequency. You will enter into the zone of the subtle body zone. So when you open up in the subtle body zone by Hunkara, all those things will start getting evaporated.
Situated in particular.
No, surely not. No, only in the Muladhara. Even scientists have explained. They say, Swamiji, the idea which you are giving is something extraordinary. We think we can do some research. We are planning to do some research. Because they came up with the experience, the doctor with whom I was talking. He says, I came up with an experience, Swamiji. If a person gets disturbed if he undergoes any accident related to this portion, easily his memory is disturbed, then it's this portion. If the injury happens in the head, it takes a little more time to lose the memory. But if the injury happens in Muladhara region, very easily he loses the memory. So he says there is some connection between my experiences and your experience. Your thing is in this field, neurology field for the last 30 years. He says, I also have a doubt, Swamiji. This portion plays a major role in our memory. So we may come upon the truth soon. But according to mystics and my experience, it is solid truth. Chitta, the memory is stored only in Swadhisthana and Muladhara.
Is it normal to see some kind of repetitive colors, not really see any objects or
Yes,
anything? Thoughts
that's
are just plain
usual.
When do we do this? Which part of the day?
If you have the problem with the dreams, problem with sleep, deep sleep, do it before you go to bed.
Lot of energy flow there after the second part. While doing the second part, like doing the healing, but much more forceful. Very effective.
That's good.
Can we do this on a daily basis?
Yes, you can.
Can we minimize?
But when you want to do some meditation technique every day, take up Mahamantra and Dukara. That two are preferable because that two are more powerful. They touch more deeper layers than all these things. This course itself is just an introduction course. It's an introduction. That actually in India I don't do this course. Acharyas do it. It's an intro to meditation. There's a second level course, Ananda Spurana, Nithyananda Spurana. Only that two courses I do. Take up meditation from Ananda Spurana. There is a meditation technique called Mahamantra. Take up that meditation. There's a CD and DVD available. Practice that if you want to practice every day. Every day practice that. Practicing that technique will give more results than these techniques. These are all introducing meditation to you.
Can we reduce the time to 20 minutes?
No question of altering any technique. No masala. No cutting, editing, pasting. No. With any technique. Use the music. No, not timer. Better use the music. There are music tapes available. Use them.
After the first meditation technique, the body felt light, but after this, the body feels like heavy.
Naturally, the altered state of, you see, if you have too much of load in the dream, it means whenever you come out of your dream, you always feel sick. You must be having that problem. Then now when you come out of this meditation, you will have it. Then you must do this meditation regularly. That's what. Do this meditation. It will release more and more pressure. Till you start feeling lightness. same lightness which you felt when you came out from morning meditation. Till that time, do this meditation because so much of pressure is there inside. It will come out.
This helps. Does it also help in having good sleep?
Yes. See, dreams are the only disturbance for sleep. Who else is enemy, do you think, for sleep? Dreams are the only enemy. Okay. Yes.
When we did the second part, I felt like collapsing. So that's a sign that it's heavy and I should do this.
Collapsing is good. Nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong.
Was holding that. More in holding, more in holding without holding. That stage I couldn't do it.
Actually, the altered state of when the shift happens, you feel like falling.
Swami, you talk about like converting reality to dream. Is this associated with that?
Yes, it is rare. It will actually, just you are telling, I feel so much of energy being unleashed. So I see, whenever the emotions attached to the memory is released, the whole emotion which was locked in the form of fear and the greed will become a creativity, will become energy. You will start expressing the energy in making your dreams into reality. See, all our emotions are black in the fear and the greed. That is why you are not able to realize your dreams. When that is unleashed, when that is brought out, naturally you will see the whole energy will become into a positive energy. And see, if a leaf falls down and if it becomes one with the mud, it will become a manure. Just like that. If the desires or the unnecessary emotions are attached to the fear and greed, if they fall down, it will become one with your being. It will become just a manure, positive energy to support your desires into reality. Okay. Yes.
I kept losing my breath and trying to head stop, trying to catch my breath, and then I started to get a headache.
Your mental setup. Then, if you have the difficulty in that meditation, you must do this meditation because this is going to help you. Okay.
Swamiji, I was sweating profusely with water coming.
Yes, that's good.
Yes, Nithyananda, all of you. So any desires as we go through, whether it is fear or greed, this disturbs our whole being. And when through Mahamantra meditation, actually someone mentions that how Mahamantra meditation is one of the greatest meditation, and other meditation are just the preparation for this. And Swamiji recommends to do this Mahamantra meditation every single day, and it will unleash the emotions. And when these emotions are unleashed, which is triggered by fear and greed, it becomes the positive energy. And when it becomes a positive energy, it becomes a creative energy in us. So, requesting all of you to practice this Mahamantra meditation, because when you channelize your emotions in a positive way, you will create a ecosystem which inspires others to channelize the emotions in a positive way. The whole as a collective energy elevates and becomes a creative energy. So when you start, a whole ecosystem builds up, and the whole ecosystem that creates more powerful ecosystem with the positive energy. All right. So with this, now we'll be entering into the deeper layers of consciousness as Samachi was revealing. So let's get ready to enter into the revelation of Samaji onto the deeper layers of the consciousness. So please come to the space of listening and
Just giving an example. And then it's like you're seeing in the back of your mind, I'm awake, but I can see it. And then I'll meet my friend, I'll go to somebody's house, and they'll just give me exactly the same picture. So what does that mean? It's not while sleeping, but while awake. it happens, something you think about.
I'll explain. Understand? These 4 states are explained to you, but they are not watertight compartments. They are not watertight compartments. Sometimes thoughts can slip from here to there, here to there, here to there, there to here. Thoughts can slip. The energy can slip. You asked a wonderful question that sometimes I feel the whole thing is dream, or the whole thing has already happened. Whole thing has already happened. Again, I know what is going to happen in the next few minutes. The same thing happens. You know, as I was telling you, if you have experienced this, there is more possibility for you to become enlightened. There is more possibility for you to become great meditator. Because the aspect of meditation, the 4th dimension in you is alive. That is what is proved. Understand a small example. When you look at this, what do you see? My banner. But actually, if you are having a clear eye, you will see the white, because that is more than my banner. My banner is small, the white is more space. The white occupies the more space than my banner. Same way, if you see, if you start feeling the background, if you associate yourself with the banner, which is with the white background, if you associate yourself with the white background, you will understand banner is pasted on you. Banner is pasted on you. The moment you understand banner is pasted on you, you know what is the next word of the banner. What is the next word of the banner? The moment you come to the glimpse, all these things are just happening on me. The incidents are just happening on me. The whole world is just print on you. You are a shaft. On the shaft, it is just printed. The shaft is just rolling. As it rolls, you just move from incident to incident. The moment you realize, you become a little aware of higher consciousness. You realize the whole thing is just happening on you. The moment you feel the whole thing is happening on you, you are something different from the whole thing. You feel the witnessing consciousness in you. Without your knowledge, sometimes the witnessing consciousness awakens. A glimpse from this samadhi slips into it. One ray of light from this 4th state enters into this state. Only in that moment you feel, oh, I have come to this same place. I have had the same experience. I have had the same thing. I am doing the same thing. The moment, actually in that moment, you understand again and again and again you are taking birth. When you take birth this time, you catch somebody as your wife, somebody as your father, somebody as your mother, somebody as your son, somebody as your neighbor. You create the whole network of relationship. Sing, dance, do everything. And the moment you leave your body and take the next body, again you catch the whole, one more batch, one more group, and do the same drama, which leads to trauma. And again, when you come down, again the same drama. If you are having that glimpse once in a while, suddenly be very clear, you are slowly getting tired of the same drama again and again and again. So your intelligence says to you, enough. Why do you do the same drama? That is why it says, now I tell you, next is what is going to happen. Look. Next, this is what is going to happen. See. It is a letter from your being, telegram from your being, email from your being, which says you are doing the same drama. Understand? But for that moment, you receive the mail, you don't want to realize the truth. You just erase it. You put it in the trash box. No. Things are going well. Okay, let me start my drama. Let me start my drama. You consciously, purposely forget the emails or the telegrams given to you from your being. These are the emails, these are the telegrams given to you from your being to wake up, to understand. You are living in the same rut again and again and again. You are living in the same unconscious way again and again and again. Understand this one example. It's like, time is like a shaft. There's a big shaft. Past, present and future. Time is a big shaft, horizontal shaft. The whole incidents are printed on it. Here is past incidents printed and present getting printed and the future incidents printed. The time shaft is there. Actually, you never touch the time shaft. You always live in a superficial way. Either you are pulled in the past by the past or pushed towards the future. This or that. You never touch the time shaft. You are just above the time shaft or below the time shaft. Moving this way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way. But by some mistake, by mistake only you fall into the present moment. Never consciously. Fortunately or unfortunately, by some mistake, you slowly come down and relax and touch the present moment. Actually, in the present moment only you can touch the time shaft. Time shaft can never be touched. You can never hold the time shaft in the thinking about the past or thinking about the future. The time shaft is available to you only in the present moment. This moment, the time shaft is available to you. If you can catch the time shaft this moment, in this present, you can see the immediate future and what is going to happen very clearly. If you can catch the time shaft permanently, you can see the whole future. For that one moment, what you say that I am feeling as if I have done the same thing and somebody is going to come. Even in your day sometimes, when you will hear a bell and you will suddenly remember somebody's name, some friend's name whom you have not seen for 10 years. When you go and open the door, you will see that he will be standing. When a call comes, before picking up, suddenly you will remember somebody's name. When you go and pick up the phone, you will see that he will be talking to you. For that one moment, because of sudden moment or some reason, you come to the present. From present, a glimpse comes into your being. From the superconscious, one ray of light comes to conscious. That is why the immediate future for 5 minutes, 6 minutes or 10 minutes of future, what is printed in the shaft, you have a glimpse. You get a chance of seeing the glimpse. And you see exactly the same thing happening. Same person coming, same thing happening. If you can catch that shaft, you can see the whole future. You can see the whole future. You can see the whole past. The technique of catching that shaft only I call meditation. If you can just relax a bit, you will exactly fall on that shaft, time shaft. The problem is, time shaft is available to you only in the present moment. Because present only penetrates the eternity. Time shaft is eternity. Past, present, future. All the three are called eternity, Nithya. Nithya, the time shaft is Nithya, eternity. That is available to you only in the present moment. Last moment, in past moment, you cannot catch the time shaft because it is already gone. The next moment, you cannot catch the time shaft because it is not yet come. Only in the present moment, you can catch the time shaft. So understand that glimpse from time shaft. For that moment, you slowly relax on the time shaft. When you relax on the time shaft, you can see what is happening and what has happened. Experience this extraordinary. Understand, you are very near to meditation. Your being is continuously telling you, remember, wake up, wake up, wake up. It is a wake up call. but you press the alarm and go to sleep. The beauty is, even if you are suffering in insomnia, have an alarm, you will get a good sleep. If you are suffering with insomnia and if you are not getting sleep, just get an alarm and keep. The moment alarm rings, you will have automatically feeling like sleeping. You just press the alarm and you will naturally fall asleep. That's the problem. You are again and again forgetting that waking calls, the wake-up calls.
Where does the outer body experience fit in there?
The samadhi.
So what I described to you within there, when I told you I fall asleep,
Mm.
then I feel I'm looking at myself.
Mm. And you are seeing the dream that you are dreaming.
No, when I see that I'm dreaming, then I wake up with a struggle.
Mm.
It's never an easy way to wake up.
Mm.
I always wake up with a struggle.
That let me answer.
But the thing is, I'm sleeping.
Mm.
I can see all the things in the room. I can
Mm.
see the flowers, everything in the room.
Mm.
And then when I turn and look at myself,
Mm.
then I know what is this? If I'm here, who is there? And then I struggle. I
This
always
is
struggle.
the light from superconscious state is penetrating your conscious state. That is the thing. And if you stop the fear, and if you start enjoying that state, you don't need any other meditation. You don't need any other meditation. Just start enjoying the state which is happening to you. As long as you are afraid, you will resist that state and you will stop that state happening to you again and again.
Actually, it's a shock when I see myself.
That is what. Actually, there is no need to be shocked. Why it's a shock? You are having so much of desire to live only in this state. You have so much of desire and thought to live only in that state. That is why you resist the other states. If you can relax into that state, if you can somehow come out of that fear, you don't need any other meditation technique because meditation is already happening to you.
Is that all these intense desires or intense thinking which becomes a reality of the matter?
It is not the intense desires become reality. If it is flooded by the superconscious energy, it becomes reality. Even ordinary desires can become reality if it is flooded by the superconscious energy.
Talked about the time shaft.
Mm.
You can see the future.
Mm.
You can control the future.
Yes, you can just erase it. But at that much time, you must be able to hold that shaft. Your consciousness must be able to hold that shaft. There's a beauty.
Somebody else can do it for you.
Yes. That's what, there's a beautiful sloka. It's not even a sloka, it's a reality. Brahma just sits with so much of pain, sweating, having his pen, he goes on, writes in your head. Guru just wipes it by left leg. Guru just wipes it by left leg. There's a man who can catch the time shaft, can simply wipe it. Yes.
How can we interpret these messages and correct ourselves?
That now will work out when we work on every chapter. See, it's an introduction. I have given the introduction for 3 bodies. Now I have created the basic idea for you all, from how we are going to understand. Now when we work on every body, put this question, I will explain to every body. In every body, what maximum you can gain. The fruit of this course is only 3 things. One is making your whole body more healthy, increasing the innate healing capacity of your body. Increasing the innate healing capacity of your body. Second thing, unleashing the power to make your dreams into reality. Third thing, understanding the whole reality is nothing but your dream. This 3 is the main reason why I designed this course. This 3 is the thing. How it can be practically applied, understood. Ask me the same question in every body. When I explain, I will connect that and tell you. Explain it to you. Yes.
When you say that there is a possibility.
Can you have one mic so that people will be able to hear the whole conversation?
I'll talk loudly.
No. Even though
Okay.
better you have.
Sure.
You are not professional shouter like me.
Thank you. A few minutes back, we were talking about there is a possibility that the future can be changed or missing. That comes to, do you believe in horoscopes, the effects of planets on each person?
Astrology is true. Astrologers are liars. Astrology is true when the science is originally studied and practiced. But according to me, at least in my experience, I have seen only one or two people who are really well versed in the scripture, who are really well versed with the rules and regulations and practicing. Because you asked astrology, let me tell you a small incident which happened. One famous astrologer of India, very famous, he is the guy who writes in more than 10 popular newspapers, the Dinasari Rasi Palan, everyday Rasi Palan. He is the guy who writes more than 10 papers and many magazines he writes. He did our ASP. And after the ASP, he himself wanted to have some of his personal problems solved. He asked me, of course I spoke with him and I guided him. It was solved, that is different. He asked, when I was talking to him, I asked him, of course I don't want to tell his name, he's a very popular guy and such a good person. I asked him, I know, you see, the writing like a common prediction is not accepted in our Shastras, it is not there in the Shastras. The common prediction idea itself does not exist in the Jyotish Sutras. Prediction can be done only for every individual, never for the group. No common, it's not a share market to give a common rating or anything. No, it cannot be. That I know anyhow, but forget about Shastras. One important thing I want to know, you see, for one Rasi, if you write 20 lines, you have to write. And 12 Rasi means 240 lines. 10 newspaper means 2,400 lines. Every day, how are you able to write 2,400 lines? Please just tell me, do you have assistants? How are you able to write that much? You please tell me. Because it is such a big work, writing 2,400 lines every day is not a joke. How could you manage? Tell me that. I was shocked when I heard the answer. He said, no, Swamiji, just we have 10 set. Today in one paper, if it is a Mesha Rasi, next day in some other paper it will be in Kanya Rasi. Third day in some other paper it will be Kumbha Rasi. Fourth day in some other paper it will be Mesha Rasi. And fifth day in some other paper it will be Mithuna Rasi. Just we reshuffle. For reshuffling, I have one assistant. It is nothing but reshuffling. I said, people don't catch you. He was so confident. He says, Swamiji, nobody will purchase all the 10 paper. And nobody will read all the 12 Rasi. Nobody will read all the 12 Rasi. People are going to purchase only one paper and they are going to read only their Rasi. One Rasi. So naturally, nobody will catch us. And within 2 months, 3 months, we change the 10 set. We have the time to write the 10 set for 3 months. In 3 months, we change the 10 set. And after 2-3 years, we take from past. And we rotate and reshuffle. This is what is happening, Swamiji. And we guys, the moment we get up, what we do first work? First work what? Rasi Palan. And afterwards only your mind will start thinking at all. Astrology is a true science, authentic science. Astrologers are not totally. Yes.
It's related. Actually, sometime back, what is your opinion on the Nadi Joseph from Is it true?
True and false. True as far as your intuition is concerned. They can hold the shaft and see the past, but not the future. If you see, your name will be, your mother's name will be there, dad's name will be there, your name will be there. But seeing the future, very few can do. To see the future, you need intuition. To see the past, you don't need intuition. To see the future, you need intuition. You need a little bit of capacity to hold the time shaft for a few more minutes. If you have the capacity to hold the time shaft, only then you can see the future. If you have the capacity to hold the time shaft, you can see Nadi. And let me tell you a small incident which happened in my own life. When I was 14, I went to Vaidishwaran village. They took me the house pilgrimage, the family pilgrimage. Generally, when you go for Nadi, they take your fingerprint, and then they will read by the time it ends, it will give 10,000 rupees expense for you. The Nadi will read such a way that give this, give that to the person who reads and all those things. And this is the way usually the Nadi will go. You will be surprised the moment they took my fingerprint and went inside. That person, very elderly person, he came out with a big basket of fruits and flower, everything. And he said, this is the horoscope, this is an Nadi of a sannyasi. I was a 14-year-old boy. This is an Nadi of a sannyasi. And he's a great, the spiritual person. If this Nadi comes, not only we are not supposed to read, we are supposed to offer whatever today we made. And you know the honesty of the person, he offered the whole thing. And my family was seeing, all the money came back. Whatever money they gave, the whole thing was given back. The whole thing was brought. And you will be surprised. He said very clearly. And then my mom asked. My mother naturally, the pain, oh, can't we stop? Can't we do some dosha parigara and all those things? Immediately he said, if you try to stop, you will die. If you try to stop, you will die. Then, of course, that is the end of their trying to stop. That is different. But so clearly he was able to tell. When there is an intuition, there is every possibility. But the problem is how long you are able to hold the present moment. And one thing I have seen, whenever you get the capacity to hold the present, you never spend the energy in predicting the future. You spend it in correcting the future. People ask me, Swamiji, can you predict my future? I tell them, fool, I can change your future. Why are you bothering about predicting your future? I can change your future. Work for that. Why should we waste the time in just predicting? There is no need. So be very clear. Whenever a man gets the power and capacity to hold the shaft and see the future, he just changes it. And you know, just his seeing is very vision. For example, people, when they come to know about their future and the life, and they really feel and surrender, when the master just holds the shaft, time shaft, just his eyesight, the Guru Parvai, the seeing of the Guru destroys totally removes the negativity of the future. That's what they say, Guru Bharka Kodi Punyam. Just a sight of a master. Because sight of a master is not a simple your sight. When you see something, immediately you will be taken away by the past or the future. Even if you see a rose, the moment you see a rose, your mind will say word rose. Your mind will give the word rose. The next moment, you will start thinking about all the roses which you presented to somebody or roses which is presented to you. And the third moment, how was your reaction or her reaction? Whether you got the beating or smile. And the fourth moment, the love emotion or the hatred emotion associated with that rose. You are already in the past. You are already in the future. But when master sees, he never sees like that. He just sees you as you are, in the present moment. So he catches the time shaft. Whenever the time shaft is caught, whenever you penetrate the time shaft, simply he sees your past and sees your future. That's a beautiful story. It's not a story, actually, truth. One guy who is born blind, he goes to see Ramakrishna. And somebody asks him, you are a blind fellow, why are you going to see him? He says, fool, I may not be able to see him, but he will be able to see me. That is more than enough for me. That is only going to play the role. Not me seeing him. I am seeing so many things. What will I see? What can I understand? Actually, you are seeing 1,000 person. If you see me, what will you understand? Nothing can be understood. Nothing can be understood. At the most, you may misunderstand. When you don't understand naturally, you misunderstand. When you miss the understanding, you misunderstand. So nothing can be understood. You seeing me is not a question. Me seeing you is the question. That is why, even if we are not able to see them, we go to see the masters. In the ancient tradition, there is a word called darshan. Please understand, darshan, Sanskrit word, does not mean seeing. Darshan does not mean seeing. Drushya means seeing. Drushya means past and the future. Seeing the past or the future. Runa means the, what to say, the movements. Movements are the achievements. Runa, whether you have Runa or not, they say. No? The Runa is the root. The achievements are the movements. Drishya means seeing the movements. So whatever you are doing is Drishya. Darshana means stopping the movement and seeing. Penetrating. The word penetrating, maybe penetrating into the time shaft is the right translation for Darshana. When master sees, he just penetrates you. He just penetrates you. And the very penetrating is a big help to remove the future, to clear the future, to help the future. That is why so much of importance is given to go and see the living masters, and to go and touch the living masters, to go and feel the living masters, to go and be in their presence, all these things. Only when you deeply understand, all these subtle concepts can be realized. That is the problem. It needs understanding. You see now, as he said, and I tell you one thing, 25 of you have raised your hands that you never had that experience. I promise you had. You only forgotten. You don't have so much of introvertness to recognize it and record it. That's all. There can be no human being who did not have that experience what he expressed. If you say you did not have, it's like people say that I never dreamt. It is not that they never dreamt, they have forgotten. When the altered consciousness happens, you forget what has happened there. Otherwise, I am sure you cannot be alive without having that experience. Continuously it will happen. Because you are a living being. If you are not introvert, if you are extrovert, then you don't record it. You don't recognize it. You don't have enough of awareness what is happening in you. That's all. Because you don't have enough awareness what is happening in you, you will not record it. A small story. One guy brought fish for his lunch to the office. The moment he put the fish in his mouth, he felt, oh, I hate it. He threw it away. Next day, again the same fish. And he said, no, I don't feel like eating. Threw it away. Third day, again the same fish. The friend saw, why don't you tell your wife that you don't like fish? She will not be so adamant to send the same fish to you. Why do you suffer? He said, wife, I cook myself. I forget every day I don't like fish. I cook myself and bring. That is what is happening to you. You forget. You forget. That is what? You don't have enough of awareness. You are caught in the same mental rut. There starts the whole trouble. There is the whole problem. It is not that these 25 people did not have this experience. No. You also had. You have not noted it down. You didn't have so much of awareness to see the subtle changes of the mind. If you can observe, especially the people who raise their hands, that I experienced, that 45 or 50 people, you have that subtleness or the introvert idea. that how to look into your own mind. And these guys who has got this much of introvertness, they can very clearly feel my presence. If you are little introvert, you can understand. From outside, you can tell whether I am in the room or not. Many people, many devotees, they tell me, Swamiji, when I meditate, sometimes when the group is meditating, I go for a walk or come back. We never hear the sound or anything, but we can very clearly see something is passing us. Some big energy is moving next to us. If you have that introvertness, you can record, you can register all those, because these are all subtle, deeper level happenings. These are all happening in a deeper level consciousness. That is why we miss many things. Yes.
I have another. Oh, I'll let her go. She's been waiting for a long time.
Okay. So these conversations about dreams, it's very surprising to me because all my life I treated the dreams as a waste, as a garbage. And I see visions during my meditations, and actually I've seen some things that happen to me in future, and I build up my life through my meditations. So for me, it is dilemma. Do I have to go and analyze my dreams, forget about this, or stay with whatever I am with my meditation and my clear visions? So in which visions are more important, which came from your dream or which came from your meditation?
One thing, there is no need for you to analyze. Forget about it. If you start analyzing from the very beginning, you will create only more confusions. Forget about it. The very idea you getting, the very system that you are getting again and again this type of visions is more than enough. That will guide you in the future. That system, you keep it alive. That is enough. There is no need to go and analyze the whole thing and get into the big trouble. There is no need. But always the visions which you get in dreams are less powerful than the visions you get in the dream, which you get it in the meditation. What you achieve in the meditation is surely more powerful than what you achieve in the dream state. But for a person who never achieves anything in the meditation, for him the dream state visions are powerful. If you have have something in the meditation, surely that is more powerful.
Swamiji, I have a three-part question. You said that only in the meditative state you can touch the center of the shaft. How can we permanently be holding the shaft? How can you permanently be meditating when you sit down to meditate even once?
See, when I say meditating, I don't mean close your eyes and do all those things. Not that. Live in the present moment. Live inside this body. Live inside your boundary. Please be seated. Don't travel where you are not. That's enough. Don't be like a ghost. As of now, we are just ghosts. If you are sitting in a house, you will be thinking of office. If you are in the office, you will be thinking about evening beach, Santa Cruz. If you are sitting in Santa Cruz, you will be thinking about when to go back to the house. If you are in the house, next day morning when to start the office. You are like a ghost. Where you are, your being is not. Instead of that, start living inside your boundary. You are in meditation. You will catch that shaft, time shaft. Just be inside the boundary. Now we are going to do the technique today. The physical body, we are going to do a technique. How to be inside your boundary.
I have one experience and I want to know how you can explain that. This happened 12 years back, so it's probably like 19 or something.
I think half of the dream body syllabus I have finished now. It is good. Of course, actually, instead of giving it as a syllabus, when I give it as a question answer session, you understand more deeply and it goes directly inside your mind.
So it so happened that I was in India at that time, I was studying, and I felt very tired during the Sandhya evening time, and my mother never allows me to sleep during that time. But for some reason I was so tired, I went inside into the bedroom, and I normally sleep in the bedroom for some reason. I always sleep in the hall. But I went and slept there on the bed, and I didn't think I was sleeping. I was just resting. Okay, I don't even know whether I was sleeping or not. I could very clearly. 2 days back, I had attended a Padi Puja, Ayyappan Padi Puja, and I had come. And for some reason, that thought was in my mind, and there was no relation. Last I remember was that thought. And I clearly, very clearly feel the heat and alive right next to me on the pillow. It was a shimmering ball of light. And I was scared. I wasn't even scared. I don't know what I felt. I can't describe what I felt. But I don't know what I felt. I opened my eyes, then I ran after it. After I opened my eyes, I was scared, and I thought, but I cannot till this day. I haven't shared it with anybody, this experience. But what is it?
These are all glimpses of superconscious penetrating, trying to penetrate the conscious state. See, all your experiences very clearly shows you are again and again getting email, telegram, phone call from inner consciousness. You must have done some tapas meditation in the past janma. There is every proof, because so many experiences cannot again and again and again happen repetitively, giving the glimpse. You try to push, again God says, no, please come, please open the door. People always tell, knock the door and it shall be opened. But I tell you, God is knocking, just open. It's actually other way, He is knocking. Only thing we have to open it. It is all the knocking, it is all just God is pressing your calling bell. God is knocking. The superconscious state, a ray from superconscious state is trying to penetrate your mind.
But for some reason, for the past 5 years, not one incident. So these
Means you are suppressed enough.
Whatever I've been telling you, almost every other day I have felt.
That is what.
Vivid dreams,
So that is what. He tried his best to knock. When he saw that you blacked and sealed it totally, he relaxed. So now if you can slowly come out of the fear and start meditating, start showing your green signal to him, there is every chance he will come into your mind, come into your being.
Sometimes we have so many.
Shall we do one thing? Now you are going to have a small gap. Put all your questions in writing. Give it to me. Because there are so many questions which can be answered in one or two answers, in one or two explanations. In the next session when I start, I'll answer the whole set. So, I have a small break. In this break, you can do two things. You can just introduce yourself so that you will not feel somebody is new when you sit and meditate. Because today whole day you are going to do different meditation techniques. Who will be sitting next to you, we do not know. So just spend few minutes to introduce yourself to everyone. Just your name or from where you are, just few words. You don't have to tell your whole biography. You don't have to tell in 1949 I was there. There is no need to start all those things. Just few words. Go around and introduce yourself so that you will feel comfortable with the crowd, and you will be comfortable when you meditate. You will not watch who is next, what is he doing, why his legs are touching me, why his hand has touched me, why my hair has touched him. All those trouble will not be there. With Indians, it's a big trouble. Actually, with Indians, it is a big trouble. Whenever I say, close your eyes and tie the ribbon, they always see whether others have finished tying the ribbon. And they stand up and see whether other front row also they tied or not. Before tying their
Yes, there was a beautiful way to end today's session. Such a profound meditation that Swamiji was leading us into. And with that, we come to the conclusion of today's sessions. The profound truth of the answer to this age-old question of, is life predetermined already, that's already been decided, or is it really free will? Is it up to us to make the choices and then direct our life? The beautiful revelation that Swamiji gave is that life is about super determinism, being established in the space that I am Paramashiva, I am Nithyananda Paramashiva, and executing every moment, living every moment blissfully is super determinism. From that wonderful space, powerful space of Paramashivoham. So with that, we'll now come to the end of this session we'll offer our gratitude to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, for continuing to reveal these powerful truths and again creating the space for us to live the ultimate truths. Paramashivoham. So tomorrow we'll join again at 7 a.m. in the morning with yoga sessions. We'll be joining us live for the Nithyananda Yoga. Until then, we'll close with deep gratitude to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you all,
everyone.
Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam.